Now with the Queen City Invitational live here in Charlotte, North Carolina at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Hi again, everyone. I am Crusader, my good friend Moldy Interior. Moldy, we are in for a fun treat of NASCAR Cup Racing Series, from these heavy hitters, from all the way from the rookie to the semi-pros to the Pro Cup Series League. I think we're in for a fun night of great driving and hard action. What do you think, bud?
Oh yeah, I think it's going to be a really good mashup of everybody, from all the series. You got some young guys and you got some veterans in here that are going to change up the race. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen tonight. It's a really fun track to race at, and I think it'll be pretty good. We got a pretty solid field tonight too, so I think it'll be interesting.
Indeed, indeed. And for folks, if you're wondering at home, why did we name this the Queen City Invitational? Well, that is because, here for a little Crusader crash fact, Charlotte is called the Queen City because it was named for King George III of Great Britain's wife. Queen Charlotte of Mecklenburg-Strelitz is the wife of King George III from Great Britain at the time, and it was named in the 1800s, I believe, to commemorate in Charlotte, North Carolina. So that is why it is called the Queen City in Charlotte. That is a Crusader crash fact for you. Someone had to outdo Thunder's fun facts, I guess, while you're at it. So I thought I'd come up with the Crusader crash facts. How about that? No. All right, guys, we're still waiting on the queue to go racing here, but let's go over the field of drivers here as we get ready to go live here. Let's see who we got here. All right, our field of drivers will include Dr. Robbie Bobby in the number 96C, Dylan the OG Dylan in the number 9, the Hoffy in the number to be chosen, JR in the number 36, King Joey, His Royal Highness himself. He's probably happy this is called the Queen City Invitational tonight. He'll be representing the number 88 there tonight. McCarthy will be running as well with us. Number 2 be discussed in a moment. Pottles with the number 40C, or Pottles with the 4. My bad, guys. It's hard to get these names out all the time, so we apologize. Archon in the number 21, the old Rattlesnake, and Sparkalicious in the number 66, when Thunder to round out the field in the 24. So Pottles the throttle, the old Rattlesnake, Archon, Dr. Squatch himself, Thunderfunk, Sparkalicious in there as well. His Royal Highness King Joey, JR, Hoffy, Dylan, and Dr. Robbie. The big field tonight. Man, oh man, guys, I think it's going to be a good night tonight. We just got to get to the action here in just a moment. If you are tuning in just now, we appreciate your support. Thank you guys again for all you guys have given us. We do it for you each and every week we can. Again, we are on break for this week because of Easter. However, we are having a little bit of fun since, you know what, it's always a good time to race, right, Moldy?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's always time to race, and I think you said the number is to be determined on Hoffy. I think he's running number 3 tonight too, and I think for tonight, who you?
Hard to tell in all honesty, but we're gonna go find out real quick right now live as we join in with the drivers. I'll be honest with you, I like me a good Dr. Squatch action tonight. I think he is one of the players that I don't give enough love to, and he gives me all the love he gets when he comes to the racing stuff. So I need to give him a little love tonight. I'm gonna go with old Dr. Squatch, Thunderfunk.
Oh man.
All right, guys, we're loading up here, ready to go, getting ready for the live action. Live stream does take a little bit. We are kind of getting settled in with the drivers, but again, we are going here and we are live here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And I can tell you from being in the booth here right now, it's definitely going to be a good field. And up front, as usual, the old Rattlesnake Archon will take the lead off the front, the front straightaway here coming into turn 1. But the OG Dylan with a second place qualifying spot. Pottles in the number 4. Pottles putting the throttle down. She is trying to get a good win in tonight as well. I think it's like 10 or 11 drivers tonight, but an elite field of drivers. One of PTM's best running it all tonight. Ooh, a little bit of contact back down in turn 3. Looks like one of the drivers, I believe, got a good lick in there, and looks like they're going to go to caution. Caution is out indeed. All right.
So tonight like for tonight? What do you got for your strategy? What do you at this track?
Well, this track, I ran it earlier this morning, and I ran it a little bit today. Being on the wheel for the very first time, I can definitely say it's a lot smoother to run via the wheel than I was usually with the controller. But I can tell you, when I was running it in that car tonight, I can tell you that that exit off turn 4 is extremely loose. If you hit a spot on there not in the right way, and it can send you for a loop. I can tell you that because I've wrecked a few times just coming out of that turn, and I just couldn't control it as well. So that is probably where I would say to be careful. Meanwhile, I think in all honesty, the biggest part of Charlotte is the entry. You need a good entry to combat the troublesome turn in the exits. I think that would be my strategy tonight. Tire wear wise, it doesn't burn up too much compared to other tracks like ISM in Las Vegas. But still, nonetheless, it is a tricky track. You have to be careful. You have to understand where you're going on this track. So we'll have to see how all that plays out for these drivers.
Yeah, hit your marks, and you know you should be good here. But yeah, it's a definitely tricky track. It may look simple. Can't get you, like you said, the exit on the one turn. You get really loose off that. I found them running it. So
indeed, indeed. Well, we're getting all a little settled in here, guys. Looks like Archon, the old rattlesnake, made a move on Paddles there. Paddles now trying to find another way around him. Remember, this is a 50% race, so it is a long run setup track. But again, folks, anything can happen on these tracks, and you never know when the caution's going to come out from the flagman or up in the officials booth. That is another side of the track away from us, actually, that calls the action. So they will call for manual cautions at times to help other drivers out. And speaking of that, it looks like the flagman has called for another caution.
Yeah, maybe he's got his binoculars on tonight.
Usually he's literally looking like he's out in the desert and can't see anything a mile and a half away, apparently. But looks like he does not in a dust cloud, so he actually knows what he's looking at today.
Looks like a beautiful night at Charlotte tonight too.
And yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful night out here inside the booth. I can tell you right now, just being in this area and being in Charlotte is a beautiful city, to say the least. Great people, great fun. I got no complaints with this track. It's and the city itself, beautiful, to say the least.
Coffee up front now. It's a pretty sweet paint scheme on Hoppy's car too.
Hoppy, what is he driving over there, number 3?
Yep.
Oh yeah, look at that. Actually, Hoppy taking the lead there. Nicely done there. Hoppy, he's one of the rookie to semi-pro drivers. He's making moves on the pros right now, but here comes the old rattlesnake looking to sneak in. A little 3-wide action coming out of turn 4. Hoppy will move back down as the number 9 of OG Dylan. Number 4 of Paddles the throttle. And as we said, the rattlesnake got a little in the wall, as Moldy just said there. He's managed to hang tight though. The number 1 of McCarthy. She's been driving pretty hard as well. She's gotten a lot better on this series ever since she started really practicing and really tearing into these tracks.
Yeah, running with her in the truck series, that's the series I run in. You could tell a clear difference when she started running with her wheel. Not that she was bad before, but it seems like she really gets everything dialed in now. She's running, I think, about 4th place now. We'll see how she does tonight running the wheel at this track.
Only a matter of time will tell for these drivers as they come out of out of the back straightaway into turn 3. A good run there from the folks so far. Everything staying clean, side-by-side action up front with Paddles and Archon as well as Dylan. So an OG, a rattlesnake, and the throttle. Well, that is quite a pairing, isn't it?
yeah, that's a tongue twister there.
A tongue twister, but that's all right. We'll be good to go here, folks. We're just having a little bit of fun tonight since we're on vacation, if you will. It feels like. And folks, if you are watching us live right now, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, as well as and also we got Paddles the throttle out of turn. Looks like she is caught off guard. She wrecked hard. Same with Hoppy there.
Hoppy too.
What in the world happened there? I'm sorry, folks. I was watching something else outside the cam.
Yeah, I didn't catch it.
I know the cameras caught it. I could not see what happened though out of the turn there. I'm not sure what happened on the front straightaway. That's interesting to say the least.
Yeah, big damage on Hoffy.
Take a look at Hoffy here. See how his car looks.
Looks like Paddles came away from that crash pretty clean.
Yeah, Hoffy got a little bit of damage there. Hard to tell. Unfortunately, our camera views aren't as good as we'd like them to be, but that's okay. We'll work with what we got. So, folks, tonight's Queen City Invitational is presented by Dirt Tracking for your mobile Android and iOS devices. If you're looking for the best dirt tracking game on the market, be sure to visit Dirt Track on your mobile Android and iOS devices. By the way, it's free. Also, our thanks to our friends at Courtesy Chrysler and Jeep. Thank you guys so much for your support. As everybody puts the pedal to the metal, let's get back at this. The number 66 of Sparkalicious, he is back in it. He's gone to the top row and not pitted whatsoever. He's up in the spot in out of turn 2, leads the pack, shows them the way.
Better change there too.
Indeed, indeed. Right now, Archon down low, holding that line. That's the place you want to be at for Charlotte. You want to keep that low end line and really make these guys work for it. But here comes the OG Dylan. Whoa! Dylan got really loose coming out of the front straightaway there. He looked like he had a spot to catch Archon, and he went right into the grass, opened up his own lawn care service, and then all of a sudden he went to the wall and gave it a big old kiss. Oh my lord, folks, that was a huge hit on Dylan's end there, but he looks to be okay. Saves everything just fine. Sparkalicious keeps second place as the Rattlesnake now starts to pull away, as he is known to do on these tracks. We take a good look at the number 4, Apollo's the Throttle. She is currently up there with the number 36. I believe that, I'm not for sure who the 36 is tonight, folks. Get a little rundown here. That's JR, excuse me.
JR.
Again, I'm still figuring everybody's names out, so I do apologize in advance, folks. With the cars, anyway. But anyway, so right now, number 4 still hanging in there. She looks like she's in 5th place spot right, or 4th place spot, excuse me. Battling it out with JR and King Joey now. The number 88, he pulls up to JR in the 36, looking to give him a little bit of a war. We go one line racing here. King Joy makes the move around JR, and the number 36 takes it from him there and pulls away a little bit.
We're at lap 20 out of 39 stage 1.
So far, so good for these drivers.
It seems like everybody's settling back a little bit and filing out, getting their marks and everything, seeing where they're most comfortable at.
Up front here we have a battle for the lead. The Rattlesnake and the OG. Who will take it coming out of turn 2? They're down the back straightaway going into turn 3. Dylan now going down low off the bottom. That's where he wants to be. Holds the line. Can the Rattlesnake hold it and get the momentum coming down the straight, going down into the straightaway off the front stretch? It looks like Archon gets a little bit more of a push, but Dylan is side by side still with him coming into turn 1.
Yeah, it seems like that low line, like you said, that's where you want to be at. It seems like just pushing them up front there.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you want to really, like, where Archon is and then how slow you go down to where Dylan is. That's honestly the best line to get the most speed and draft off the track, but it is so hard to keep that line and maintain it because of how loose turn 4 can get. It's even turn 2 has its moments, but turn 4 is a killer in my opinion. If you remember a couple of weeks ago, Dylan actually was running here in the Xfinity, and he had a great car to say the least, but unfortunately, past halfway in the race, he got loose out of turn 4, went into the wall, and unfortunately it cost him big time. Now he's looking to redeem himself a little bit with the Queen City Invitational and prove he's not a bad driver on this track, and he's out for revenge.
Or in the grass, getting a little loose.
Who's in the back?
Just back there.
Yeah, it kind of cut out for me there, old Moldy. All right, coming into turn 3, going into 4. We got side-by-side coming out. Oh, we got 3 wide coming down the front straightaway here. Poddles the throttle. Oh, and Dylan the OG out of the wall. Turn 4 problems for number 9 of Dylan. Once again, the turn 4 curse gets him in Charlotte. Oh, my goodness, folks. I'm not sure what happened there. I think he may have just gotten loose trying to back off the throttle because they were side by side in a 3-wide scenario there. None of them had touched, but Dylan just went really far right into the turn and right down into the wall, and unfortunately he just lost momentum and all control there. Alright guys, and we'll be right back with Kenji there, or Moldy Interior. He's unfortunately going to have a little bit of a problem here, so I'll be commentating on my own here. Please bear with me if you can. As we go back live here we go, going out of straightaway, puts the pedal to the metal, Pottles does. She took the throttle down to the floorboards. Meanwhile, Archon just trying to sneak up on him as usual, as the old rattlesnake tries to hang on to that top spot. But there is a battle, to say the least, in the back. Here they come out of turn 2 down the back straightaway.
And we're back.
Alright, good to have you back there. Moldy, do you want to be called Kenji or do you want to be called Moldy? I can never figure you out.
You can call him my first name, Ken. Archon must have told you a little something different, but call me Ken.
Now the old rattlesnake, he'll tell me a bunch of things just to keep me off his trail. So what do I know? But yeah, I'll call you Ken from now on. I don't think the people are gonna really mind me saying Moldy all the time. So let's get back to the action here, folks. As we go side by side, look at this Sparkalicious and Hoffy battle for third, and may have been a battle for second there with the rattlesnake. But meanwhile, Archon holds on to second place. Pottles now getting a little bit ahead there of both drivers here. Take a good look at Sparkalicious and that number 66. Obviously a good commentator and a good friend of mine and a good friend of the channel and the league as well. One of the top drivers on our field. Heavy hitter to say the least. Had a bit of a rough season though in the trucks and Xfinity, but it seems like this later half he's been getting better. I would say watch out for him coming down the back stretch here.
I got views now, so.
You got views now?
Yep.
Oh, excellent.
Let's see what we got here.
All right, now we're in stage 1, still 31 laps in, only about 19 to go here. So still anybody's race for sure here. Looks like we got a little bit of a battle up here in the front half. Pottles the throttle, and to number 4 and 21 of Archon, the rattlesnake. Looks like they're going to give it a little bit of a whirl here coming out of turn 2. A little bit of a good draft on Archon, maybe trying to make some moves off into the turn. It's only a matter of time in my opinion. I think he's just being patient, waiting for the right moment to strike.
Yeah, and like you said, I think that if you set up your car for the long run, I think it'll start to work its way in, and then it might pull out front.
Absolutely, indeed. And I got to believe, honestly, for some of these long-run drivers, I got to believe actually these cautions have helped a little bit. And I say that for one reason, because the thing is, when you're running the full race, those tires do get beat up pretty bad, and they do get hurt. So I got to believe maybe a few of them had made a few caution pit stops to help get their car set up better for the long run, and maybe just for a few fresh tires as well. So that may be the key factor to why Pottles the throttle and Archon the rattlesnake are currently battling out right behind each other.
Yeah.
Looks like another caution has come out here, folks. Indeed, another caution has come out. So unfortunately, they will have to resume the race from the yellow.
Yeah, I think Dr. Robbie Bobby's a little back in the pack. I think that's what ended up happening there. He's got heavy damage on his front end.
Dr. Robbie Bobby, you say? Oh, yeah, there he is. Ooh. Yeah, he took a good lick in the front end there. Looks like he might have just smacked the wall really hard, and that's pretty much took some damage there. No big
Maybe
deal.
The Queen took a bite.
The Queen took the bite. Now, guys, looks like we're going to stick with the same lineup we had here. Alright, here we go, folks, all lined back up. Looks like Hoffy made a jump up, so it'll be Hoffy, the Pottles, Archon, Sparkalicious, JR, King Joey, Thunderfunk, Dylan, McCarthy, and Dr. Robbie as they lead up the green flag high in the air. Flagman says, get your pedal to the metal. Let's get going here, boys and girls.
See Hoffy pulling out pretty solid driver. See how long he can hang on. You said the rattlesnake's going to jump up on him.
Yeah, the old rattlesnake just started to make a move. He's going to go side by side coming out of turn 3. Down low, Archon now making the move from Hoffy. Pottles now drafting right off of Archon, trying to make a move. Oh! Pottles got into the grass there, started up her own lawn care service. She gets back in it. Nice driving from all ends of the drivers there, making that move. Oh, and the caution is out again. YOLO, YOLO, YOLO.
It's a good time to give a shout out to our sponsors for the league. It's Dirt Track and the mobile Android and iOS app. It's free now, so if you want to go check that out, you can get that and you can play on your controller. If you Bluetooth your PlayStation controller, and if you want to play like that, you can do it. It's pretty fun. I've been playing it a lot. And we also have our other sponsor, Courtesy Chrysler and Jeep out of Coatesville, Pennsylvania. If you're looking for a new Jeep or Chrysler and you're in the PA area, go stop on down, get yourself a new ride.
I was over in Coatesville, Pennsylvania one time. I was actually visiting them and stuff, and I can tell you right now, those are some good folks to work with and good people, to say the least. Got no problems with them whatsoever. They're great. They have the best vehicles around, and honestly, one of the best customer services in all of PA. So if you guys are around there, please be sure to visit there. As the green flag flies high in the air yet again, let's restart it up. Come on, guys, let's get some good racing here. Let's see if we can keep the cautions at a minimum, but we do have 7 laps remaining, or excuse me, 8 laps remaining of stage 1, so we do have a few stages left here as everyone's getting a little bit loose in the back there. It looks like they're just trying to get their footing and ground down as Archon maintains lead yet again, but Paul's right behind him. Take a look at an onboard spot here with Dylan. See how he's running this track.
Yeah, it seems like King Joey, maybe he might not have the right setup tonight or what, but he keeps getting into the wall here and there, so I don't know. He might have to make a few adjustments.
His Royal Highness himself. Yeah, His Royal Highness himself will probably have to figure out a few things to make the Queen proud. Unfortunately, right now it's not working too well, so that's okay. Heck of a driver.
Not treating him nice tonight.
The Royal Majesty herself said, "If you do not run right, you get no food, sir." He'll get some food either way, guys. We ain't that cruel. Anyway, right now we're still on board with Dylan here. You can tell how watch this, folks. Watch how he comes into the turn. He goes up high and then brings it right back down, because you want to hold that bottom line, because the way the track inverts down, if you hold that line there and keep it stable, when you get a run off the end there out of the exit, you can actually follow the wall pretty well there to where you can hug it in and bring it straight back in and get all the force and momentum off of that to maintain speed and control. But if you do go a little bit too hard into it and stay too tight out of turn 4, that's where I said that sweet spot is earlier, to get really loose, and it just costs you. As we get a good look right up here, Paul's actually right now, she is making a move on Archon. Coming out of turn 4 down low, she maintains it and takes the lead away from Archon there. Wow.
Yeah, some good, clean, solid racing up front tonight. It's fun to watch.
Good old side-by-side action. PTM well known for that. Right now, Pottles leads the pack with Dylan and Archon right behind her. Side-by-side racing there from Archon and Dylan. Great driving from all drivers so far. Up front and in the back, they're just trying to find their groove and work their way in, but that's okay. They still have a couple stages to figure that out, so no worries there. As we get to our last 5 laps in here, folks. Or excuse me, 4 laps. As you see, Dylan now trying to find a way around Archon there. Archon still trying to get the draft off Pottles to get that big line off the end. Figuring a way out, just how to get past one another. But nonetheless, good racing from all ends.
Yeah, you can get a pretty good run on that backstretch if you're drafting too. So I may see him pulling ahead here. He got a really good run back there. It seems like he's trying to take the lead. So.
But my question to them also is this, is that when is the right time to really start digging into the track, putting that acceleration at full max and trying to make moves around everyone? And when is the right time to do that, in your opinion?
I'm not really sure. I think the backstretch seems pretty racy. It seems open. You know, I think if you get, like I said, you get a good enough run on it, you can that door up. There, Archon gets the ball a little bit, but
got out of turn 4 there.
Pretty good run on the backstretch. So I think if I were to make a pass on this track, I'd definitely be on the backstretch.
Interesting strategy there. I honestly, I gotta believe that the backstretch is the best place to run because here's the thing, folks. When you're in that backstretch, remember what I said earlier about going high and then going low is usually the best line to hit on this track. The thing is, what if you can't hit that spot, you lose a lot of momentum. And the thing is, in that backstretch, if you're able to get to the inside of the driver going into the entry, you can actually cut them off to where they have to stay up higher, and that can in turn get them a little loose and tighten up to where you can actually gain momentum coming down the exit and getting that amount of speed off. That's crucial here. We're in the final lap right now at stage 1. Pottles looks like she has this one all wrapped up for stage 1 anyway. Dylan and Archon are going to have themselves a little bit of a battle coming out of turn 4. Looks like the old rattlesnake's going to catch the OG on this one. Archon pulling a little bit of a block there. Blocking up. Oh no! And Dylan gets really loose there.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody up.
Oh, big collision problems up in the back there. Oh my goodness, folks. King Joey got a huge lick out of that. He got smashed up a bit. Dr. Bobby, he just fixed that car up and he got totaled up a little bit. Sparkalicious as well, and old Dr. Squatch. Man, I'm sorry, Thunder. I keep picking you, but for some reason there is a broadcast curse. I keep jinxing you, brother. I'm sorry.
I know. I'm almost afraid to make picks anymore because they always end up really bad. I wasn't too far off in Xfinity last week with the new guy. I think it was named Just Ken, but I think he finished third. But yeah, I'm almost afraid to now.
Just Ken, I do believe, did finish third because I was battling with him at Richmond. He gave me quite a bit of a showing there. He was going side by side with me quite a few times, and it was some good running there to say the least. Well, guys, we're gonna get into stage 2. Green flag high in the air. Let's see how the PTM drivers can hold off for this next round of races. And I think that's crucial to know, folks, is that these drivers, even though some of them are only rookies or semi-pros, and then you obviously got the custom pro guys. I think there is definitely an advantage for the pro custom cups, but I think also that the rookies are going to learn a lot just from running with these guys and watching them at the same time.
Oh yeah, it's a big learning experience. I think running with the big guys, running the cup cars instead of running the trucks and Xfinity. It's definitely a bit of a learning curve, I think, especially with the custom setups too. A lot of people aren't really used to doing that, and you got to figure out what's best for you. So I think it's a good mashup for sure. It's always interesting to see these races like this with everybody mashed up. I always enjoy it because you really never know who's going to win it. So.
Indeed, and I think we mentioned it earlier, but JR is actually one of the drivers that does run in the Custom Cup Series now. He actually, even though he does run with us in the trucks, he also can run in the Xfinity as well, and I think in all honesty, he really earned his stripes getting into the Custom Cup because he has figured out a lot of tricks and a lot of stuff running with these guys and figuring everything out. So he's gained more experience from being invited into the Custom Cup Series, but I think this race in particular will teach him a lot of when the tires really burn into your car and when you just get looser or get harder on the throttle. You need to learn to just back off sometimes and just race your race. But so far he's doing pretty good. I can see him right there in the 6th spot there, battling it out with 66 of Sparkalicious and the number 24 of Dr. Squatch Thunderfunk.
Yeah, it almost seems like sometimes, too, you get some people from the rookie leagues and everything like that, and once they get into a cup car, something kind of just clicks. Maybe they're just better running one of those than opposed to the Xfinity Series with a truck. They're just faster. I don't know. I've seen me and Mark talk about it for a while. Some people aren't as fast in the other leagues, but then once they step into the cup league, they're a lot faster. It's surprising.
Indeed. I think in all honesty, I think a lot of it has to do with the way the setup feels and the way the cars are in general. Because the thing is, I'll tell you right now, folks, like running trucks, like to me, it's much more comfortable running trucks than it is running the Cup Series for 2 reasons. One, when I'm running the Truck Series, I feel even though the trucks are tighter and they're a lot slower than the Cup and the Xfinity Series. To me, that kind of translates better to what I like to do, which is my driving style, which is I'm more of a kind of what Charlotte is here, which is you kind of want to go up high and then hang it down low. I am a big proprietor on always driving down more towards the apron and hitting my marks there rather than trying to run a higher line or maybe even the middle line just to catch someone off the draft or just get faster off someone else. To me, well, contact indeed right now.
Yeah, they're spun around right on the stretch.
Yep, caution is out. Yep, the number 36 of JR. We were talking about all the good things with him, and unfortunately, the old broadcaster's curse got him again.
There's still plenty of time, though. I think you can definitely pull back at this track.
Indeed, indeed. We get a good look at McCarthy here. Again, a rookie driver, and also in the semi-pro. She, again, we've talked about it earlier, she's getting faster and faster each time she's out on these tracks and on the field running with these guys. She's starting to become a player, folks. Watch out for her in the Truck Series and Xfinity. I got to believe, and we talked about it earlier, Ken, that she's got to be due for a win soon enough.
Yeah, it's just like, she's so close every time that, it's almost like she kind of deserves one at this point for how good she's been running. So it's been in both series this year, the 650 and the Truck Series. So it's only a matter of time, I think. Sure. Back off
the restart here. We're going into the turn side-by-side driving immediately. That Sparkalicious, he has moved his way up to the front yet again. He's going to try and take on the tough heavy hitters of Archon, Pauls, and Dylan. 3 wide indeed coming out of turn 3. Whoa, Sparkalicious got really loose. Oh, no. Problems coming out of turn 3 into 4. Oh, my goodness, Sparkalicious. They went 4 wide there for just a moment. Sparkalicious went right up to the wall, had nowhere to go, and it looked like Dylan got a good brunt of it as well, and the Archon got a hit in there. Pottles, surprise, surprise, she was low enough to where she was actually not damaged whatsoever. So good driving on her end for avoiding the damage. But man, oh man, that's just one of those things you can't avoid, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're getting real rexy there. What stage? What is it, stage?
We're on stage 2 currently.
Yeah.
Archon's gonna get moved in the back too as well here, folks. And look, he's up front now. It's Pottles, the throttle, and Dr. Squatch, and the number 24. That is Thunderfunk. He is still in it, folks. So maybe the broadcaster's curse is only just a myth. Maybe. I hope.
Could be, yeah.
That's
race ain't over yet.
Yeah, it ain't over yet. It's only stage 2, folks. But right now we're going side by side yet again. Ooh, got a little bit of hard driving there, guys. Stay easy in there. Coming out of the back, 3 wide, coming out of the. Oh no, we got problems. Big problems.
Man.
Oh, Sparkalicious again got into the lick. Unfortunately, looks like the 3 wide racing just got a little too loose. I gotta believe you gotta watch yourself on this track, but at the same time, it's so easy to just get the anxiety and the blood flowing just a little bit as soon as you see an opening. And it's one of those things in racing, you have that habit, you want to get up there and just race your race, but for these 10 drivers, that can be hard. Charlotte, folks, for anyone that's ever raced Charlotte, maybe you'll know this too, this is not an easy track whatsoever. So as we
get out of hand really quick there, like you said, you're up front there, you see a hole, and say you're like in second place or something like that, you want to take it, your heart's racing.
The heart's racing, but there's one thing that needs to be done right now. It's starting to put the pedal back to the metal as the green flag flies high in the air. Here we go. Let's finish out stage 2 here with a bang. Getting a good run off that. Pottles will continue her dominance of the lead. She continues it going into turn 1. Hoppy, though, right behind her. Going to give a battle there. Number 24, Thunderfunk. He's got the low line. Looks like he's going to hold that very well there. Coming out of turn 2. Still anybody's race coming into this final few laps of the stage here.
We got some pretty good action going on up front here. It's all big packs. It's still right after the stage start.
Oh, JR got loose coming out of the turn there. Looks like he went into the grass, opened up his own lawn care service. Thankfully, it made enough money to where he can get back into the race and not lose any money. So he's now back in this as well, only losing a few spots. Nonetheless, Hoppy right now actually impressive so far. He's up in second place and he's maintaining a line and maintaining a position here as he's got a whole bunch of heavy hitters right behind him waiting to strike. And speaking of strike, we all know the rattlesnake is willing to do that, but Dr. Squatch is, in my opinion, a dark horse to every race because he's a fast competitor, and when he gets in there, he knows how to get to work and put the surgical gloves on and really put the beating to these guys.
Yeah, like you said, Archon, you never know what he's gonna. It's over.
Archon, one of the toughest drivers, in my opinion, of all racing leagues. Paul's another one of those names, as well as Dylan. We'll give him credit where credit's due. The OG's been here for so long. He's been a tough competitor, a hard racer, but in my opinion, probably one of the more experienced drivers that a lot of people don't quite know about. But at the same time, there's a lot of these guys that nobody knows about or really talks about. And I think right now Hoppy's just trying to make a name for him, being up in second place, and it looks like he's going to do a little bit of dueling with Paul's the throttle as they come out of turn 3 into 4. Indeed, indeed. Maybe Hoppy has something saved up here for us.
Like I was saying earlier, maybe you get into a cup car, you know, you can get the car how you want, and it just kind of clicks, you know.
Indeed, indeed. Oh, and the yellow is out again, folks. The flagman has called for the yellow. Yeah, JR did get loose there. He went into the grass fields there. Looking back at the cameras.
It's not over till the Queen sings, though, so.
Well, right now the Queen needs to. Well, right now the Queen has been sitting on her throne with her porcelain and her crown and just thinking, I do believe there's some good drivers so far. I think we need a little bit more, though. And with that in mind, we go to our sponsors here tonight. Again, special thanks to our sponsors, Dirt Track Game, for your mobile, Android, and iOS devices. The best dirt track racing game on the market is now free to play. I've been racing the heck out of that thing. I love it. It is so much fun. Be sure to tune in and we'll play some of that in due time. Also, thanks to Coatesville, Pennsylvania, to Courtesy Chrysler AMG. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you're looking for the best hot rods on the market and you need something good to run as good as these cars here, look no further than Courtesy Chrysler AMG. Alright, folks, back to the race here. Down low, Archon now makes his move back up into second. Dylan, yet again, no surprise there. He is back in this. Pottles, though, absolutely defending off these heavy hitters. I swear right now, she's got a radio in there and she's playing some lap, because right now she's playing Beat the Boys, because she is doing just that with these guys. Whoa! We got trouble back there in the back. It looks like King Joey. King Joey got really loose and a few others. It's definitely going to be a caution. King Joey has wrecked, unfortunately. Nope, the flagman's not calling it. They are staying green indeed, folks, and that's some impressive calling from the officials and risky calling on my end as well for the flagmen. I'm surprised they made that call, but nonetheless, it is called, and I think they're just wanting to see some racing up here. So right now, top 3, which is Pottles, Dylan, and Archon, they are battling it out coming into the turn 1 here yet again. Only about 20 laps left of stage 2 here. We're going to stage 3, and then I believe there's a stage 4 actually with Charlotte. So that's a lot of. This was a league race, that's a lot of points to say the least.
Oh yeah, make or break, you know, honestly, for sure.
Absolutely, indeed. 21 laps remain here, and right now your top 4 is Pottles, Dylan, Archon, and wouldn't you guess it, it's old McCarthy back there as well. She's actually got the 4th place spot. Right behind her is Sparkalista, number 66, Dr. Squatch, the 24, and Hoppy in the number 3. And old lonely Royal Highness himself, King Joey, unfortunately backed in the pack. Dr. Robbie Bobby, he's had some struggles on this track, but it looks like he's now figured some stuff out, hoping to catch up with these guys down the road. I'll tell you right now, folks, Dr. Robbie Bobby, I had the pleasure to talk with him a while back here, actually on the podcast, and he is a great guy, to say the least, and a fantastic driver. And unfortunately, the showings you've seen of him have not whatsoever been close to how good of a driver he can be and how hard of a driver he is on that track. He's one of the players out there that I think in time you'll have to see.
As you say that, I think Hoffy got loose there on the front stretch. That put him way back into the pack. I don't know what happened. I didn't catch it, but
I believe Thunderfunk actually got pretty loose there. Might have actually blocked him off a little bit. Hard to tell there. I did see number 24, though. He got loose coming out of the front stretch. I don't know where Hoppy was at the moment. I was kind of focused on a few of the other drivers there. But right now, Pottles currently leads it out with the number 21 of Archon still battling, and the 9 of Dylan. He's still there with him. It's still early, folks. Only 18 laps remaining here of stage 2, but nonetheless, good racing so far from all ends of the spectrum. Whoa, Dr. Squatch, Thunderfunk right there. He's getting really, really loose coming out of that turn 4 exit. He's hit the wall no less than 5 times now. I've counted.
going up a little bit back and forth there.
Yeah, side-by-side battling here. Dr. Robbie Bobby heard my call and said, I'll show you how to race. He's going to take on Thunderfunk, and the number 24, Old Squatch, is going to have to figure out how to keep an eye on him here.
And maybe, at this point in the race, everybody's filing out and everything. You see that the veterans in the Custom Cup Series are kind of pulling out to the front there, maybe, with the experience that they have running. Maybe that's where the difference is.
And again, folks, there is no points on the line tonight. This is just for fun, indeed, as we've named it the Queen City Invitational. So there is no points on the line necessarily. It's all for fun and just to see these great drivers battling it out one-on-one and just putting on a show for everybody at home. We can see spread apart here. Sparkleich just now looks like he's gained up to McCarthy, and I think she dropped back to third from fourth to fifth there. Indeed, she has. And right now, battle actually here in the back still. That is a battle for seventh, I believe, with number 36 and number 24. JR in the 36 and Thunderfunk in the 24 battling it out. JR actually making some moves around Thunderfunk. Whoa, as I say that, JR, you got to stop opening your own lawn care service, dude. It's not the time and place to do that right now. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my goodness, folks. Still, nonetheless.
Trying to get his paycheck tonight.
He's trying to get a paycheck, all right, but I can promise you, folks, the grass was done before we started racing. Thanks to these great officials here at Charlotte, North Carolina. Thanks again for inviting us over at Charlotte Speedway for some great heavy action racing. We can't thank them enough, as well as our fans and friends and all the people watching at home. Thanks again to everybody for tuning in each and every week. I do realize we're almost at 100 subscribers. Don't worry, folks. We can't believe we're even anywhere near that milestone, much less we're just extremely happy, to say the least, that we're honored and pleasured to have all the love and support you guys give to us. So again, thank you from all of us at PTM for everything you've given us. We just hope we're making your life a little bit more interesting and putting on some good racing for you. But other than my sappy comments, let's get back to the race here. As you see, the number 9 of Dylan still in third place. Archon, the number 21. God, I'm confusing Dr. Squatch and a rattlesnake. How does that happen?
Oh, man.
Alright, so the battle for second still underway. Dylan still trying to catch Arco. Whoa! To Dylan out of turn 4. What is that? The 189th time he's hit turn 4 already? Oh my goodness, he has hit that wall I don't know how many times on this track, and he still maintains his spot. That's good driving on Dylan there for not spinning out where most people would have hit right on that wall, and that would have been the end of the race.
He's trying to leave his mark on the track tonight for sure.
Indeed, indeed. But right now, the one leaving her mark on the track is Hoddles the Throttle, one of the top drivers in the league and all around. It doesn't seem like any track you have to expect that she's going to be up there in the top 5, or at least around there, no matter what it is, if it's a road course or if it's a long speedway or if it's a short track. She has that ability and that knowledge to run, and she's a fantastic driver for doing that. And right behind her is honestly one of the other all-around great racers, Archon. And at this point, Archon and her they've been battling it out since day one, it seems like, ever since this season got started.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to watch them go back and forth for sure. Like you said, they both, they played long enough, they practiced long enough, they know all the ins and outs of the tracks and all that. It's fun to watch them. Like you said, you almost always see them going back and forth, no matter what.
And with that as well, back and forth racing always, in my opinion, is the best kind of racing because it's unpredictable. You never know what to expect. I can tell you from first-hand experiences that there's no one ever really likes to see just the follow the leader kind of racing. We always like that side-by-side battle. The old wars raged against one another, and I think this league is best known for that and is well known for that type of racing because with everything we do and everything we deal with, there's a great amount of communication that comes in with the racing, but at the same time, it's amazing how good that they're able to hold their lines and hold their breaths, just trying to go side by side and at times 3 wide with one another coming out of a turn. It's incredible, to say the least.
It's fun to watch.
Getting on board here with McCarthy and see how she's running here.
JR getting into the wall back there right up front. Front stretch. He's going to collect somebody else with him, too.
And the flag man says yellow, yellow, yellow. Unfortunately, the yellow flag is out yet again. Still, there is a few laps, about 108 laps remaining total out of the entire race. So there will be 2 stages in there. So there will be stage 3, and then final stage will be stage 4. And
still plenty of racing to go.
Indeed. We get a good look at Thunderfunk here, see how much damage he got. Not too bad. Archon looks, obviously, he's clean as a whistle. He literally, the only thing he's been doing is just slipping through the desert, or at least in this case, sneaking through the woods here of old Charlotte, North Carolina. So I don't think I've been around here too many times. There any woods around here that I should know of that people should go and visit?
I don't know, man. Probably ask Archon. He probably knows it all.
I was about to say we gotta ask Archon, then I gotta ask Thunderfunk about his Thunder Fun facts. So.
Squatch himself.
The old Dr. Squatch himself, indeed. Green flag fly high in the air again, folks. Side by side with Archon and Dylan there. A little bit of a battle for second, but now Archon says, nope, I don't like second. I want first. Pottles is up there in first, so he has to defend him off. Can she get it out of turn 4? It looks like she will indeed. Keeps the low line away from Archon and Dylan. Dylan now makes the move off Archon's mistake. Side by side, coming out of the front stretch into turn 1. Here they come, side by side yet again, with Sparkalicious now making some moves here. He's trying to catch up, and Thunderfunk in the number 24, he is starting to push a little bit of a battle here.
Yeah, like you said, Spark, he's back there just waiting and watching, trying to let everybody know, hey, I'm here, you know.
Letting them know I'm here and I'm ready to play. Well, right now it definitely is showing, but it's right now Pottles yet again. She just, I don't know what she put into that car, but she is just mounting a great race here as they go into the final lap of stage 2. Dylan trying to find something, trying to catch her up on the front end here. Archon still trying to get him in the backstretch. So they're going to go right into turn 3 with Pottles leading it. Dylan, maybe can he find a line, catch her? Ooh, coming out of turn 4. I don't think he's going to get it, and they're going to call the caution to end stage 2. I'm not sure what happened there. Looks like we got we got a lonely old Hoffy out there. So Hoffy unfortunately falling back in the pack yet again. Again, folks, this track is well known for eating drivers up, and Charlotte is no different to that. It's one of those tracks that will take you out when you least expect it. And unfortunately, right now it's hitting Hoffy pretty good. So it looks like with everything all pitted in and everything, it looks like we'll have the Pottles in first again, Dylan, Archon. And I couldn't tell the rest there, although if I just take a look here, yep. So Pottles, Archon, Dylan, Archon, number 24, Thunderfunk, 66 of 88, and 66 the 88. And the rest back there as well as we go green flag racing once again. Number 1 and McCarthy, JR, and 36, number 3 of Hoffy, and 96 of Dr. Robbie Bobby yet again in the back of the pack. As Pottles leads the way into stage 3. One more stage to go after this, folks, and it'll be the final rundown of the race here for the Queen City Invitational. Well, Pottles getting a little bit loose there going out the back stretch. The front stretch got into the wall at turn 4. Archon's going to make her pay for it side by side. Looks like they're going to go right down to the bottom. Pottles trying to hang on, and it's going to be another caution. The yellow is out.
Looks like Hoffy back there again, seems like.
Yeah, indeed.
Maybe I shouldn't have picked him in. I'm sorry, Mom.
I think that commentator's curse is still alive and well, unfortunately. That's one of those things that needs to go away, though, because I am tired of picking drivers that don't win, man. And, like, come on. Well, my pick's still up there. Thunderfunk is still in this, and he's still got another stage. So I'm not counting out the old Squatch. I think he's gonna put those surgical gloves on and maybe do a little bit of surgery and figure out how to get that car to go a little faster. Alright, so look at this in the back of the pack. Archon will be in the back there. Pottles up front with Dylan now right beside her. And then Thunderfunk and Sparkalicious right beside each other in row 2. Green flag high in the air. Let's get back to racing here, boys and girls. Man, Paul's had a hard start right out of the gate. She just had a great restart there.
Yeah, telling the put back on the rails like she has been.
It's going up high, back down low. Whoa! Looks like Archon got really loose back there. Unusual from the rattlesnake. You never really see that. And the caution is out yet again. The yellow flag high in the air. Man, I don't...
Yeah, the flagman, he's on his game tonight for sure.
Flagman's on his game. The officials upstairs are saying, hey, I'm calling it too, so you best be watching it. Yeah, at one point, though, I swear to God, we had to tell the flagman, you need a magnifying glass to catch a wreck. What is wrong with you?
Yeah. I threw him before the race, I threw him a pair of binoculars, so maybe that's why. Maybe I should have gave him
Wait. Why'd you do that for? I told you to give him a magnifying glass, not a pair of binoculars. What are you doing?
Oh,
nonetheless, he's calling the cautions as he sees it, so we'll give him that. Pauls actually has gone to the back. She did. Looks like she took some tires there. So up front, well, if you're gonna be happy, your pick's now gonna be up front. He's number 3 of Hoffy. He's up there, but he's gonna go side. But he's gonna go side by side with His Royal Highness himself, the 88 of King Joey. Now the 24 of Thunderfunk going side by side with King Joey there in the 88 out of turn 2. Some drivers push back there. Ooh, hold on there, guys. Side by side, 3 wide. Down the back stretch. Some of them backing off, getting into the turn. Paul's way up high there. Ooh, right into the turn. Goes right into JR, into Sparkle. And Sparkle just got put right into the pits. Oh, no. Man. Oh, tough break for Sparkle. She's got a huge hit on there. But right now, in the lead... Well, man, if he can last it, here's your guy right now is currently leading this.
I hope so, man.
All right, nonetheless, Hoffy maintaining position, maintaining the lead. Thunderfunk, my pick, the old Squatch has gone to work on his car. He did a little surgery and figured out how to get it just right. It looks like he's in second place, but he's got somebody right behind him battling him out. And that is Dylan, the number 9, with the old rattlesnake, probably just waiting to strike yet again. Oh, side by side, 3. Oh, no, Dylan. Out of turn 2 this time. He got loose. Looked like a bump from Archon and King Joey. There's not much you can do when you're 3 wide, as the caution will come out yet again. This is probably the best scenario, though, for Sparkalicious. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, that played out in his advantage. Unfortunately, that was. That's going to help him out a good bit.
He did get pushed back 1 lap, folks, so he is going to get that free pass, the wave around, thankfully, so he will, even though that mistake happened earlier, he will be able to maintain and regain his position, so he'll be able to get that lap off him. But right now, I think we said it best earlier, it's anybody's race, to say the least, because no one has been able to maintain a good long-distance run because, frankly, the track is not allowing it. You know, people can say what they want about the drivers and all that, but the thing is, this track is a car eater. It will eat up drivers, and it will eat up anybody in its sight. And speaking of eating anything in sight, old Archon, the rattlesnake, is up there now with your boy Hoffy, so my guy Thunderfunk will have to catch up a little bit as they go green flag racing yet again. Stage 3 commences and continues.
Hoffman goes out there early. Rattlesnake, like you said, just waiting back to strike, seeing what he does, you know, catching his line, waiting to capitalize on him.
He's a dangerous driver. I wouldn't call him the Intimidator because I think Dale Earnhardt's kind of got that beat out, but I will say Archon is he is very close to being one of the most hard racing guys. Oh no, we got problems in the back. Oh no.
Oh man, that was almost back other than the top 3.
I'm not sure who got really loose there, but as soon as the chain reaction came, it came quick. Oh my goodness, caution out, yellow. All right, we'll slow down yet again, but I'll tell you Ken, I'll tell you one thing that doesn't slow down. You know what that is?
What's that?
Our good friends at Dirt Tracking, of course. That Dirt Tracking for your mobile Android and iOS devices. If you're looking for the best dirt track racing game on the market, it's free to play, and I can tell you right now, I never go slow on that game. It is fast, fun, pace racing at its finest for Dirt Tracking for your mobile Android and iOS devices. Be sure to check that out. It is free to play. All right, well, The Queen has said, I am sick of this racing. I want some more racing. So we turned the race back on live. She got tired of the cautions, and here we go, folks. I meant to say she was sick of this nonsense, but I do apologize.
She apologizes.
She does apologize indeed. Alright, right now Hoppy down low still of Archon trying to defend him off, but if Archon can get the line off that end there in turn 4, he'll make that run off on the front stretch, and it looks like he's going to get it. Hoppy will drop back one spot.
JR back to go around.
JR, indeed, he is back around there. It looks like he got a little loose, and all Dr. Robbie and JR unfortunately involved in that one. The yellow is out yet again.
Scooped your boy up again too, it seemed like. Thunder. The old
yeah,
Squatch.
I know Dr. Squatch. He'll get back to work on that car and do a little more surgery. He'll fix it up just fine.
Little beating and banging in the pits, he'll end up fine.
Yep, indeed. Oh my goodness, folks. If you are tuning in live or tuning in after the race, we do appreciate supporting the channel and supporting the page. If you like what you see, or if you liked all the other videos, be sure to go and check those out. I can tell you right now, guys, there's a lot of fast-paced racing on this channel. There's a lot of great racing moments that you cannot catch anywhere else but on PTM Racing. If you don't believe me, go back and check out Las Vegas, Talladega, Richmond, and even Dover. There was some fine quality racing from all ends of the spectrum. Great drivers, to say the least. As we're going to go green flag back high in the air yet again. 10 drivers and a whole bunch of laps still to fill. So let's get back to it, guys.
We got King Joey running in second.
Yeah, King Joey now in second place. His Royal Highness trying to make His Royal Majesty proud here tonight. It looks like he's going to do just that coming out of turn 4. A little 3-wide action there. It looks like number 1 of McCarthy and number 9 of Dillon and number 3 of Hoppy involved there. McCarthy trying to hold off Dillon as Dillon now tries to make the move coming out of turn 1, going into turn 2, trying to regain some positions back. Battle for 5th here with McCarthy.
Looks like Pottles sneaked her way back up here to second. This is going to be interesting to see her and Archon go back at it.
I think if Pottles holds her line and hits her spots just fine, she's going to get a good run off that track to catch Archon. Archon, in my opinion, can only run so far for so long. And in all honesty, Pottles is well known, as she's given the nickname Pottles the Throttle. She can put that pedal down and just work that throttle better than the boys can, in my opinion. She can be a tough challenger, to say the least. Little side-by-side action here with the number 9 of Dillon and number 3 of Hoppy. I gotta be honest with you, even though Hoppy's had a little bit of a rough going round, he's been impressive for running a custom setup. We'll tell you right now, folks, these guys only had, this is something maybe you will just figure it out, but if they didn't already have a setup figured out, they've only had a day to figure out what the heck they were going to run on this track and how to run it. They didn't have the time we usually do, Ken and I usually have, which is you have a week or so to figure out how to run the track and how to get the right setup in. These guys only had a day to figure out everything on the custom setups, and we'll tell you right now, custom setups are not easy to figure out whatsoever.
Oh, it's tough for sure. Yeah, it's real tricky to get figured out, but I mean, as we get another caution here. Yeah,
the JR number 36 and Dr. Robbie Bobby yet again getting into it. Unfortunately, turn 4, as I said earlier, is the driver eater, and it's been eating these guys up like nobody's business. Nah, I'm getting kind of hungry. Maybe one day we get sponsored by a food company, because I honestly would like some free food.
Or a concession stand, shoot.
Well, shoot, man, I'm about ready to just hop off on the booth here in a minute and go down to those where all the fans are here and just go check out all these great 10,000 people in the crowd right now. Don't worry, they are 6 feet apart and we are enjoying their company here. So I'd love to go down to that grandstand and just find me some good food. So, all right, well, guys, it's time to go back live here for some good old racing out on the front stretch. Pottles is going to go side by side with Archon. Archon gets a good run off that restart. Paul's trying to get the bottom line back. King Joey tried to block it, manages to get it, but Dylan now moves up a little bit here, gets into second place off that restart. Everybody holding line and maintaining position. There are 18 laps left to go, stage 3, and then final stage will be upon us. Now, I gotta be honest with you, Ken. I think our Royal Majesty is very happy tonight with how the races have gone when we were not under caution.
Yeah, it seems like she's pretty happy. She always has that same face. You can never tell she's happy, but I think you can tell she's happy.
Well, I can definitely tell you, being the jester for her, and as well as the spokesperson for her, I can definitely say she has a weird personality, but she's very misunderstood. So. But then again, what do I know? I'm just a jester, so.
Yeah.
As you said, but I'll tell you one person who's not a jester right now. Pottle's making the move around Dylan, getting down low out of turn 4, made him pay for going up high. Now they're going down the front stretch here into turn 2, into the back stretch, coming out of turn 2. Archon's going to hold the line, but Pottles has now made her way up. She's looking to put the throttle down on Archon's old rattlesnake head.
Oh, got into it a little bit there.
And Dylan makes her pay for it.
Dylan there a little bit.
Dylan down low, makes the move, going up, and now he will take the lead from the rattlesnake. PTM's OG will try to redeem himself and end the Charlotte curse. He has told us earlier he does not like the fact that he's yet to win on this track in the last couple of seasons. So tonight he said he was out to prove, even though this doesn't count towards points, he was out to prove in this invitational race that he can be one of the elite at Charlotte. Right now, your boy too, also Hoppy. I know we keep bringing him up, but like, it is impressive that he has been managing to stay up there with these guys tonight.
Hey man, I've raced him a couple times, a couple nights, and he's always been really solid no matter what you put him in. You know, we switch different classes and everything with trucks and Infinity and Cup and stuff, and no matter what you put him in, he's fast. So he's definitely a solid driver. He's one to look out for. I'm surprised he hasn't got a win yet in the Truck Series this year.
I think it's all due in due time, but right now up front, battle for the lead. Archon the Rattlesnake and Dylan the OG battling it out. Archon had a great run there, trying to get the move off turn 4, didn't quite get it off in the front stretch. Dylan maintains position and holds it off. Archon going to the wall there a little bit. Pauls looks like she's going to get that run off him and take second place, and indeed it looks like your boy Hoffy, number 3 of Hoffy, is going to get in there and try to fight off Archon, but it looks like Archon will not be defeated there. So he will continue to be in 4th as the drivers in the back, Sparkalicious and King Joey, battling it for 5th here. Some good battles here, to say the least, for folks. Just wish we had more cameras on these guys to really give you guys a good glimpse of like what is going on with these drivers and how hard it is to really maintain good racing and hard moves on Charlotte's track.
One side by side up front here with Dylan and Bottles. It's pretty fun to watch.
Bottles yet again get put on the show with Dylan. Dylan, as usual, trying to fend off Bottles or Archon. And right now, it's going to be Bottles. Bottles down low, looking to maintain that position and take the lead from him. Coming out of turn 2. Can she get it on the backstretch? Yes, she can. She will maintain that and take the lead from Dylan. Is Dylan going to try and go down low and pull the slider here coming out of turn 3? Nope. But I'll tell you one person who is. Archon, the 21, down low in turn 3 into 4. Takes second from Dylan. So some interesting moves, to say the least, coming down the final 10 laps here of Stage 3. But nonetheless, these drivers are back at it. Oh, look at this. Pauls goes up high. Unfortunately, got loose. Looks like Archon's going to make her pay for it, as well as Dylan. Dylan moves up as well. Dylan now loose in the infield. He opened up his own lawn care service. Oh, my goodness. He got loose out of turn 4 yet again. And the yellow. Oh, flagman finally called a caution. I thought he didn't have his binoculars there for a second there, Ken.
Could have dropped or lost him.
Man, oh man, that was a crazy race there for a second. The piles up high, got a little loose, brought it back down. Dylan was side by side with her coming out of turn 4. I think Dylan just got a little too hard on the throttle, trying to keep it away from Pottles. But unfortunately, if you go a little too hard, as I said earlier, you're going to lose that spot. And that happened to Dylan. He's going to get pushed right in the back of the pack. So let's see if he can run his way up yet again. And it is still a good racing nonetheless from all ends of the spectrum. But as the green flag flies high in the air, they need to start making some moves and figuring out some plans here. As we're down to our last 6 laps here of stage 3. Ooh, a little bit of movement on the back stretch there. Looks like some rubbing, some loose racing there. Oh no, Puddles! She got down in turn 3. Loose got on the apron there, and it just sent her for a ride. Oh my goodness, folks. Yep, and the flag man put his binoculars on this time and called the caution. She saw what happened and was like, "No, we gotta stop, dude. We ain't having that kind of racing around here."
Maybe the Queen gave the officials in the booth another warning.
The Royal Majesty herself just letting them know, hey, flat out, guys, I've seen this race too, you know, and if I wanted to call a caution, I shall call a caution. I swear one of these comments is going to be like, why are you doing that bad accent? My response, well, entertainment.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of entertainment right now, it's still an exciting race to say the least to finish out the Queen City Invitational here in Charlotte. We'll see how long it takes for these drivers to get back up into their groove, but I think coming forward from here, these drivers are starting to figure out their problems and figuring out how to run it better as the green flag goes high in the air once more. Let's finish out stage 3 here, guys. Two laps remaining, so it'll be a green-white checker here for stage 2. We'll go into stage 4, the final stage, with 10 of the best drivers and 10 of the heaviest hitting drivers on an extremely tough track to maintain and win on. As you see, my boy Thunderfunk, Dr. Squatch, he's making some moves there. He's trying to catch up there and get the spots in here. Number 66 is Sparkalicious. He is starting to battle it up. He may be giving Archon a bit of a run here. He might challenge him. Down low, Archon holds his line, maintains position. Going out into the backstretch, Sparkalicious right there, though. One good draft is all it takes to catch him. As they come out, battle for third here. Dylan and Dr. Squatch, Thunderfunk. Coming out of turn 4, here we go, side by side. It's going to be Dylan getting the run off of Thunderfunk as they come across the finish line.
The old rattlesnake, huh?
Well, how many times have we said that before? I'm telling you, man. Like, look, here's the thing, folks. We may ragdoll on Rattlesnake Archon here, but the thing is, like, Archon is just that good. He's a fast driver. He's a heck of a competitor, and no matter, everyone back behind him are talented, damn good racers. But the thing is that Archon is just, he is one of those guys that leads the pack in teaching the new drivers what it means to be a fast competitor and a heavy hitter. He's been racing these for so many years, and some of these guys right behind him haven't been racing more than 2 to 3 years. So
try being his brother.
I can only imagine what it's like for you, Ken.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, though. Talking on the podcast the other night, though, when we were talking about beating some of the tough drivers, ISM, I'll still never forget that, even though I've said it a million times. Like, I'll just never forget the fact that Archon literally had that race pretty much in a good position, and then all of a sudden he had a pit because he was running low on tires. And for one time in my life, my strategy actually worked out and outdid him. And I was just trying to figure out how in the world that even happened, because that was like a moment in itself. So
yeah.
But nonetheless, and hey, look up here, JR, number 36, he got a good run on that pit stop, so he is going to take the top spot as the green flag flies. The Royal Majesty herself calls for the final stage of the Queen City Invitational here for the PTM Racing Series.
You think maybe JR's got things figured out? Maybe he can run up front now.
You never know. I've seen drivers before really just stay in the back the entire time, but the last like 10 or 20 laps, like all of a sudden they just something clicks and they just show off something that we did not expect. 3 wide action coming out of turn 4. Can they hold the line? Oh, a little bit of bump there from Thunderfunk. King Joe,
down the
no.
grass.
Problems again, and that's gonna excuse me, that's gonna call a caution.
Big damage on Thunder's car, but you know, if you got too much damage on your car and you know you need to go somewhere to get it, you know where you can go?
Where can you go?
Go to Courtesy Chrysler and Jeep out of Coastal, Pennsylvania, and get yourself a nice new ride if you can't make it to the pits, so to speak. But yeah, it's a nice group of people down there for sure. If you're looking to get into a new ride, definitely go down there. It's a solid crew if you're in the Pennsylvania area.
I think I'm definitely going to have to one day go down there and visit. So, I visit again, excuse me. I've been down there before. It was, like I said, good people and good company to say the least. But, you know, if I'm thinking to get a new car right now, I'm definitely going for a Jeep, because there's one thing I'd love to do here in my home state is I'd love to just go find me an infield and just start driving in the mud, have a little bit of mud racing there. And I think those
grass,
Jeep.
huh?
I don't need no grass. I just need some mud and some good old heavy hitting engines in our Jeeps and trucks, and we just can have a fun day. Well, speaking of having a fun day, right now Archon's having himself a honeymoon up front as he leads it. The Quaker State 21 Menards machine battling it out with the number 9 Napa Auto Parts number 9 of Dylan. Still once again they're back behind him though. Side by side racing from Sparkalicious and Pottles out of turn 3. Sparkalicious gained the momentum. Pottles trying to get back in there. She got a little loose out of turn 4. Holds her line though, and maintains position.
A little 3 wide action going on there in the back. It was.
Yeah, a little bit of side-by-side action, 3 wide and deep. Pottles still trying to get a bit of maybe a draft off of Sparkalicious, going down low, side-by-side with Sparkle. Sparkle gets a little loose. Oh, no, Sparkle, hold on, buddy, hold on. They're going to go through there. They're going to come 3 wide down there. Hoppy now going to make a move off Sparkalicious, Thunderfunk, and JR, and Dr. Robbie Bobby holding up the rear, but they're going to have a little bit of a battle themselves. Right now, the battle is up front with Archon and Dylan, the number 9 and number 21, respectively. Still, nonetheless, tough racing from all these guys and gals. Alright, as they come down the infield there into the front stretch, down turn 1 and 2, yet again, Archon and Dylan back and forth, but then again, here comes Pottles, the throttle. She is pushing that car to the limit. I gotta believe right now she is honestly one of the favorites, if not maybe the favorite, to get up to the front and battle the boys. As I mentioned earlier,
she's closing the gap there pretty good.
Indeed. As I mentioned earlier, she seems to have one of the best long-run cars of the field, and then maybe in my opinion, maybe the fastest, but you know, that's surprising considering Archon is one of those guys that you always consider one of the fastest drivers out here, and honestly one of the toughest when it comes to the long runs because of how well he's known to just stand back and relax and then strike when he needs to.
Yeah, it's one of the hard things to learn about this about racing is patience. You know, I think a lot of the people in the Custom Cup Series got that down pretty good. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Maybe Pottles just waiting back and seeing what's going to happen, working her way up, being very patient with it.
If you were to tell a rookie driver right now, or even a semi-pro, like when you get into the Customs Cup Series and you're running with these pros and honestly one of the most elite field of drivers that ever graces, you know, league racing, what would be your first advice? Like, what would be the big thing you want to tell them right away?
I guess just mind your P's and Q's for sure, and just be as clean as possible. And don't go rushing into things, because that changes things up a lot. If you rush into stuff, you know, you wear your tires out too fast, and you know, it's almost like they say it's like a rookie move to wear your stuff out before the end of the race. And you see a lot of it. The people in the Custom Cup Series, it's not as crazy driving in the first 2 stages. It's good racing for sure, but you know, you see them really turn it on there at the end because they're saving their stuff up all race. And I I think the big thing that I would say is just be patient. Things will come to you, you know.
Yeah, patience is definitely the biggest virtue of any sport, any competitive competition. But I think in this racing series and everything that we do with and on a daily basis, patience is definitely the biggest key factor to any race. And in my opinion, it's the difference between fantastic showings and good racing or just a bad race. You know, but right now, I would never consider this a bad race, considering what these guys had to deal with for the fact that they're only running off a day's work of a custom setup, and also having to deal with the fact that they've got their Royal Majesty herself looking on from the booth here. She's standing right by with us actually now, making sure we're calling this action right. So,
yeah, I think anybody would get nervous with somebody like that, for sure.
I can tell you I'm a little bit nervous because you've seen me occasionally drop my voice a few times, so there's that.
Sweating a lot, you know.
I'm not saying anything, Your Majesty. I apologize. Anyway, back to the race here. We got a battle here with the 21 of Archon and Dylan, number 9. He is side by side, but now Pottles intervening, saying, "Hey boys, you want to fight? Well, guess what? I'll show you how a girl fights. She fights harder than all you can." Ooh, gonna go side by side. Dylan is up high. He doesn't want to be there. Oh, he got loose out of turn 4 for the 279th time. Oh my goodness, he got hit right by Archon there in the rear. Dylan just could not get it to get back on couldn't get off the throttle quick enough, and unfortunately, you're gonna call the caution on that one.
Yeah, luckily the booth had their binoculars on for his sake.
The flagman indeed had the binoculars on instead of that magnifying glass, and I don't know how he could have missed that. He came out at turn 4. He seems to love calling it out at turn 4 tonight, but again, admittedly, that is where most of the damage, unfortunately, is coming from. So we'll just have to get it all fixed up and ready to go for the next part. All right, we're gonna rack them and stack them back up. Stage 4, the final stage, looking to be a good one here, as it looks like Pauls will maintain second place, Archon in first, as the green flag flies high in the air yet again. Pauls blocking off King Joey, trying to get back on the inside. That's where she wants to be, and that's where she's going to get it. Sparkalicious going up high, side by side with her, down in turn 2 here. Ooh, we got a little bit of rubbing here. Ooh, 4 wide action there from Dylan and Dr. Bobby got a little loose there. But Dylan made in good position there. You caught that live here, folks, going right through the gap. Good showing by Dylan and good control. Oh, and as I say that, he gets right into turn 4 and gets another huge hit. Oh, my goodness. And that's going to call the caution. I don't know about the flag, man. I don't think I would have called that one a caution. That's just me, though. So,
but yeah, that's questionable.
I'm trying to get a hold of the officials right now, get their phone number, and say I thought you told him not to use the binoculars on stuff like that. But unfortunately, they're not listening to me right now. Probably good reason, since I got the Queen right behind me. So, all right. Anyway, back to the green flag racing. Number 21 Archon yet again will lead it off. Our boy Dr. Squatch Thunderfunk will battle it out in second place here. Paulo's getting pushed back into fourth, right behind Hoffy in the number 3. Side by side action yet again coming out of turn 2. We'll see if these guys can maintain their line and maintain position here. As Dylan looks like he's getting a bit of a draft off McCarthy there. Side by side with her coming out of turn 3 into 4. Pottles right behind McCarthy trying to make something work there. Oh boy, side by side, King Joey and the Pottles will win out that battle there. And going side by side with McCarthy down turn 2, makes the clean pass and a good getaway. As Dylan now battling it out with Hoffy for the 3rd spot. And my pick to win, Thunderfunk, finally proving why he is Dr. Squatch, getting up into the 2nd spot there, battling, trying to get. Maybe the broadcaster's curse is just a myth after all. We might have one of our guys finally win tonight. Now, granted, it's not for points, but hey, I'll take what we can get, right?
Hey, a win's a win.
Side by side, Hoffy and Dylan going down in turn 2. Thunderfunk getting pushed back a little bit. 3 wide down the back straightaway for second place. Dylan backs off. Thunderfunk holds his line, keeps it. Ooh, a little bit of a tap there from Dylan. I know Rubbin's racing, but you gotta be careful on this track. Thunderfunk. Oh, no, no. Oh. I know Mama Funk is probably watching right now and a little bit more sad inside because that's gotta be a heartbreaker for her and Thunderfunk, unfortunately. But the flagman caught it again. This time I didn't have to see. This time I don't think he had to use the binoculars to see that, so he did call the caution right where he needed to. Whew, man, it's hard to call the action sometimes there, Ken. I'm telling you.
Yeah, for real. There's so much going on at one point in time. You don't know really where to look. Like you said, I wish we had a bunch more cameras on all the cars so we could see what's going on.
Have more cameras on the cars, could figure out where everything is playing out and how it's all running right now. But well, we work with what we got, and right now Archon's making everything work. Hoffy has been moving up position after position each restart. He's been trying to catch up and get to these guys. And right now, he might be able to, as he will be in second place for the restart by Archon. I think if there's ever a time to get a good restart, it's right now. So, Hoffy, if I were you, I'd put your pedal to the metal, bud, and get ahead as they go green flag high in the air. The Quaker State of number 21, Archon, will take his position and take his stance as we have 21 laps left of the race. Even though it feels like a long race, these guys are not making it feel that long. They're making every move and moment feel right. Oh, look at this, folks. Hoffy, he's going to challenge the Rattlesnake. Hoffy down low, going to fight him off. Can Archon hang on? Ooh, side by side. He's going to get it. Archon will get the run ahead and stay in position as now the Paddles, number 4, she is putting the pedal to the metal there. 3 wide coming out of turn 2. Can they maintain it? Yes, they can. Good driving on all ends from King Joey Paddles and the Hoffy. Look at this, King Joey now, his Royal Highness moving up a little bit, trying to battle it out and make the Majesty proud tonight. I can tell you from this gesture here, I could say he's definitely been a good showing for his royal company. Some straight line racing, as Dylan saying, I do not like straight line racing too much, so I'm going to try and battle it out with King Joey here. Down low yet again, Paddles maintaining her position, trying to get that runoff again and catch Archon. Paddles loose here, loose. Right into the wall. She's going to go back down low into the grass. She's in trouble. Big problems here, folks. Right into the cars. Cause a big red, yellow. Ooh,
that's
boy.
Going to change things up, Brett. For sure now.
Man, I got to feel for Paddles here because she seems to get that run around and get that lap back or two. And then all of a sudden, it just seems like she just can't get the car to stay balanced and maintain position. And again, folks, that is to be expected with the fact that only these drivers have had one day to figure out how to run this 50% long race. This is not an easy track to do it on. Yeah,
your setup's got to be a lot different if you're going to be running 50% for sure. You got to really set it up for the long run. I think it's, a day to get ready for it. That's definitely challenging.
It really is. I can tell you one thing. I've recently been working on custom setups for a while now, and I can tell you just from working on them, they take more than a day to figure out to get them just right.
Oh, yeah.
I think my best setup that I have is at Bristol, and that took me literally 3 days straight just of figuring out the timing, figuring out the spots, just for literally the amount of laps that I need to put in. Because remember, these are 50% races, but they're also 20. Oh, Archon got loose. Oh boy.
Looked like Thunder gave him a little bump there.
Yeah, Dr. Squatch gave a little bit of a rub. They're going to keep it green flag here. I'm surprised with the flagman's choice there. I would have thought that would have been the change there, but nonetheless, Thunderfunk, Dr. Squatch will maintain the lead. And folks, right now we have 15 laps remaining. Can Thunderfunk finally pull it off and get the win for the old Doc? Well, right now he's got company though. 3 wide coming out of turn 2. Hoffy backs off. Dylan and Paddles were battling it there. Paddles gets it from Dylan into second place. Yet again, Paddles, she worked her way from the back. She is fighting for this one.
Yeah, keeping up with Archon back here. He's working his way up pretty fast, even after that little had back there going on. He's working his way up pretty quick.
Oh, Powell's down low yet again. She got a little, right into Dr. Squash, and Dylan will take it from him.
And that's going to go out of caution.
Yellow flag out again. I was actually just about to say, back in the pack there, you can see an old Dr. Robbie Bobby sighting there. He was actually starting to make some moves up. He got into 5th, looked like he was going for 4th and possibly even further, but unfortunately, looked like things got really loose for Pottles yet again. And Thunderfunk, unfortunately, got a little loose as well.
Back to what we were saying earlier, you know, I think a lot of people take it for granted that, you know, they only had a day to get this stuff set up because, you know, I go into my truck race and I say, well, I got to start. I usually start around Thursday trying to figure out how I can set the truck up best I can. And I mean, if that's any sign of how long you have to really set up for it, at least for me, you know, it's pretty insane for one day.
It really is indeed, yeah. And I can tell you right now that what these guys are doing still is quite impressive to me, that they're still maintaining this and still maintaining a line. I think there was a few times, though, that the caution really did need to come out, but the flagman called it anyway. So I think that's the only difference between a really long race and a lot harder racing from these guys. But it has been the benefit to some of these folks. Green flag high in the air yet again. Oh, we got a little bit of some loose driving here. Oh, King Joey moving up a few spots there, as well as Archon and Pottles battling it out there. Unfortunately, Dr. Robbie Bobby and Thunderfunk got pushed back there, so a tough break for them. And folks, there's only 10 laps remaining of the race. It's still a battle for the lead here. Oh, Sparkalicious and Pottles. Pottles loose. Sparkalicious a little loose. King Joey holds on. Oh no, trouble!
He's on his lid.
Oh no.
Damn.
Big problems yet again in the front stretch. Sparkalicious looked like he just got really loose and unfortunately took a crowd with him. Dr. Robbie Bobby yet again. I know he just can't catch a break this time around. He's just not getting any breaks whatsoever from these guys. But I think the track is honestly the main culprit. It's the smoking gun of this race tonight. All right, guys. Well, only a few laps remaining here. We got to go back live here. Let's put some pedal to the metal, guys, and get this race all wrapped up and ready to go. Green flag high in the air.
See Dylan out there to an early lead. Archon in second. We got
Third looks like that is King Joey there, and the number 88. 6 laps remaining. They're going to come to 5 laps here, and out on the back, down the turn 4 into the front straightaway. Look at this, side by side, Archon and Dylan battling it. Pottles now, she has inserted her name into the picture. Here they come down into turn 1. There is 5 laps remaining of this one. Who wants it more? Who can hold their line the quickest? Archon looks like he's trying to block Pottles. Pottles going down low, trying to make a move. Nope, no room to go.
Yeah, this is where things are going to start getting real interesting here with coming up on how many laps to go. We got
well, it was 5 now. It's going to be a caution, though, so it looks like we may be down to our last 3 to 2 laps here, so we might have ourselves a green-white checkered.
Going to get real interesting here now.
Man, oh man, oh man. I know it's hard for these drivers to keep that line and hold their position, but man, tonight is just, it's even more difficult with the track, because I think the track is actually looser than normal, and some of these folks just aren't able to hang in there with it. But you got to give credit where credit's due, folks. These PTM racers are driving their tail ends off and trying to do the best they can while still putting on a show for you all at home. And again, folks, just for a little reminder, next week on Sunday, we will start the Road Course Mayhem. It'll be the Road Course Challenges. All right, green flag high in the air. It's time to finish it out. We're going into overtime. Archon will take it out on the lead. Paul's following right behind, and Thunderfunk is right there with them as well as McCarthy. There's going to be 2 laps to go here to finish out the Queen City Invitational. Look at this, McCarthy now side by side with Apollo. She looks to make it work. She's going to fight.
Oh, she goes into her a little bit there.
A little bit into Powell's indeed. Are they going to hold line? Yes, they can. Ooh, we got problems in the back. Thunderfunk yet again loose. Is that going to call the caution, though? Yes, caution's out
Yeah,
yet
it
again,
is.
but did they go ahead? Did they get far enough to where it's going to call for the race? The race is over. They did call for it. All right, let's take a look. First will be Archon. The Rattlesnake takes home the victory, but a surprise second place. The rookie semi-pro, Kayla McCarthy, she is she is there as well in second place. Third will go to the OG of Dylan Pottles in the fourth place spot, and King Joey in the top 5, rounding out your field. 6 was Sparkalicious, 7th Toffee JR, and the 8th, 9 Dr. Robbie, and 10th of Thunder Funk. Well, guys, that unfortunately is the end of the Queen City Invitational. Ken, thank you again for joining me tonight, buddy. That was great action and great racing to call. I could definitely say next time we're out, we're gonna have ourselves a battle with at Road America for sure when the Truck
Oh
Series.
yeah, man, for sure. That was a fun race to watch there.
Indeed, it was. Well, again, we'll give a special thanks to our sponsors real quick. Dirt Tracking for your mobile, Android, and iOS devices. The best dirt tracking racing game on the market. It is now free to play, and I can tell you right now, it is so much fun to do and play. Be sure to go and race that online, and it is free to play, as we mentioned before. And if you're looking for the best hot rods and something new to drive on the road, look no further than Courtesy Chrysler and Jeep out of Coatesville, Pennsylvania. Well, for my good friends here at PTM and my announcer tonight, Ken, I am Crusader signing off tonight. Have a happy Easter,
Oh,
everybody.
okay. Well, yeah, I was gonna say from our league to everybody watching at home and to everybody in our league, happy Easter and have yourself a good holiday.
Indeed, indeed. Again, happy Easter, everybody. Have a good night, everybody.